it's insane. In 2 seasons, it's insane. And I think it's better than what Arteta's done. Although I'm not saying Arteta's what he's done is not great. It's great. But in the shorter time span, what Xabi Alonso...
Yo guys, and welcome back to TFW. Today we are going to be doing a video on up and coming managers. So, we're going to be comparing the likes of Arteta, Xavi, and Xabi Alonso. 3 different type of managers, all midfielders, all did quite well in their career, but now we'll decide and give our opinion.
Some better than others, but yeah.
All Spanish.
Now we'll decide and give our opinion on how we think they're doing, in their managerial career. But, before we get into the video, as these guys always say, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on all different social media platforms. That be TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. We love to interact with you on all of them. So, let's just get into the video. So,
first of all, you're obsessed.
Oh, God.
I'm not going to say it. No, I'm putting it as a disclaimer. You're obsessed, but go ahead.
I'm talking about all the managers. We don't have to focus on, Mickey Arteta if you don't want us
Mickey
to.
Mouse.
Spicy Ole.
Whatever.
We'll see after this season if it's actually a spicy Oli, man. We'll actually see.
Okay.
But, okay, Arteta. At Arsenal for 5 years.
Mm-hmm. And counting.
He's finished 8th, 8th, 5th, 2nd, and now he'll finish 1st or 2nd, realistically.
2nd.
And I feel like we've listed out these stats on the channel so many times. But, I hope these guys, they remember now.
Yeah, they know.
But in that time, he's won 1 FA Cup, a Community Shield, and almost 700 million spent in
Correction. 2 Community Shields.
Oh, sorry. 2 Community Shields and almost 700 million spent in transfer fees.
Yeah.
So, Edu's backed him. The Cronkies, they've backed him.
Okay.
Whereas he's still yet to win a league. Whereas if we look at Xavi, in his first full season with Barcelona, he won the league, and we have to take into account that Barcelona were going through large and seismic,
financial difficulties.
Issues, and he had a 10-point lead over Real Madrid, last season. That can't be little Boyd. And he had 28 wins, which is a lot of respect. And now we look at Xabi Alonso. This is his first full season as a manager. He currently is 49 games unbeaten.
Don't downplay it.
That.
No, no. Go ahead.
It is his first full season.
No, go ahead. We'll see.
It's 49 games unbeaten. He's on track for a treble. He's already won the Bundesliga, which is arguably a more difficult league and a more difficult place to overtake Bayern Munich. He's on track to win the cup, and he could potentially win in Europe. So I just want to unbeaten. We call that a real invincibles.
That's crazy.
But I just want to open it up to you guys.
PV, you got to wipe the dribble off your mouth. The way you're talking about... The way you're getting on about Xabi Alonso...
First of all, don't listen. Until any of your teams, or anyone else in English football has done it invincible, don't even try and say, we're real invincible. Whatever.
Your current team has won more games than your invincible team, bro.
Okay. Times have changed. Before you could win the league with 75 points. So Alex did that. Are we gonna now invalidate the times that you won that? Oh, no, we're not. So go on.
But no,
it's true.
He knows what he's doing, man.
It's true. They do. Anyway, I'll finish my point. I'm gonna leave.
It's not about putting any manager down, in it. It's not about putting any manager down. I guess it's about comparing how 3 great young managers who are gonna go on undoubtedly to have great managerial careers, how they're doing. I mean, if you compare the 3 managers, it is true that out of the 3, one's not won the league title.
100%.
But then you can also argue that, is it easier for Barcelona to win the league title in the Liga than it is for Arteta to win it with Arsenal in the Premier League?
Exactly.
And you could also maybe argue that the Bundesliga is an easier tournament to compete in than the Premier League.
Really?
It's an argument.
Wow.
Okay. Now, that's not to put down. There's an argument. And that's not to put down Xabi Alonso, because I think for him to join in, October 2022, when they're in the relegation zone, and to take them to a title, their first ever Bundesliga title,
130
is
years.
Fantastic.
It's
It's such a great achievement.
Do you know what? Sorry, just to quick intervene. When he said 130 years, also has been done in 130 years.
Yeah, go on.
The most amount of wins an Arsenal team has ever done. Do you know who was
you're a
managing the
bit
team?
insecure, man.
Okay,
You're a bit
yeah.
insecure.
Okay, cool.
I'm not
You're a bit
insecure.
insecure. A little bit.
Rafa, you done with your point?
No, go for it.
He ain't got a point.
No, I do have a point. I'm thinking of a way to structure this so that you
So
understand
bad.
what
You
I'm
can
saying.
see the.
No, I'm not
Steve
vexed.
coming like is already.
Wait, but what are you not trying to say that these two are better than Arteta?
That's what
All I'm saying
It's a
is that
question.
the facts are there. The facts are on the table. On the table right now, Xabi Alonso's on route to win a treble, unbeaten in all competitions in his first full season, where Leverkusen haven't won the league in 130 years. Brother, that's crazy. And in a league where consecutively Bayern Munich have won, I think they've won the last 10.
The last 10, exactly.
The last
so we
10.
talk about the difficulty of how hard it is for a Premier League club to overthrow Man City. I get that. I understand that. If Arsenal don't go on and win the league, I fully get it. And I'm not going to little boy you man's thing. I fully understand. Like, you lot are levels. You smoked Chelsea 5-0. You've only lost one game in this calendar year. I get it. Arsenal are cold. Arteta is cold. But at the end of the day, football is about winning trophies. FA Cup, Community Shield, cute, bro.
You've been winning that though.
Win the league.
Can I say one thing? It's a thing I understand, and I fully understand your argument. What I am going to say is though, I'm not even trying to snub Xabi Alonso's achievement and what that Leverkusen team has done. It's outright phenomenal. They can potentially beat Benfica's record in terms of the longest unbeaten streak ever. So a lot of plaudits there. The one thing I'm going to turn my attention to is Xavi. So you said in his first season he won the league. He's been at Barcelona for what, 3 or 2?
Xavi?
Yeah,
2.
2. Okay, cool. One thing I want to say is that yes, you can make these arguments, but you have to always include context. Do you think Arteta could have won the league in his first 2 years of Arsenal? Talk less of even 3 years. Do you think he could have?
Arteta
Could have.
Oh, could he have?
Yeah, with that Arsenal team.
Where Arsenal was at the time.
No. Okay. Oh, so you do know where Arsenal were? Cool. Because one thing I want to touch on. One thing I want to touch on is that people don't actually understand the magnitude of the job that he had to do in his first managerial job. This is still his first managerial job. And again, you did say in the beginning, all 3 of these guys have, to be fair, actually 2 of them, because Xavi was managing in Qatar.
Qatar.
Yeah,
It's still
Qatar
managed.
and then Alonso at Real Sociedad B or something like that.
So again, it is managerial experience. This is literally
Clutching at straws.
No. Okay, I am clutching at straws. Cool. Disregard that statement. But what I'm saying is the fact that Arteta not only had to deal with a squad that was aging and lacking in some sort of vim and determination, he had a lot of clearing out to do.
Same as Xavi.
Huh?
Same as Xavi.
No, he did. What, Xavi or Xavi Alonso?
Xavi. At
Xavi
Barca.
at Barca.
He didn't have to do with a lot of clearing out. What are you talking about?
He did. There
Like
was some
Like
players that he had to get rid of.
Like who?
With all the players,
Bro,
a lot of
what
their
was going on
defensive
in that
midfield.
No,
Barcelona transfer? What was going on in that
Even
Barcelona
Messi.
transfer market?
No. But that is
Literally, the greatest player in the world has left your squad.
I promise you, it is not as big of a job as what Arteta had to do at Arsenal.
But a rebuild after the one player you're relying on.
A rebuild during COVID.
Oh, we're doing COVID now.
What?
Okay, wait.
As if all teams weren't cash strapped during COVID. As if
Yeah, all teams.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
So everyone was on the same page on that.
Bro, but
And they were even worse. They sold their soul, Barcelona, basically, bro. It's
I don't want it to be a hate train. I don't want to be a hate train, right? I don't want to be like an Arteta. Oh, go on, finish.
Let me just say this. Cool. Along with having to deal with that, Arteta didn't even spend money in his first season as manager. He didn't. A lot of people try and say this whole 700 mil, we spent 100 mil. No, he didn't. It was only in his third season, really, that he was actually getting money to spend. In his second season, the only real money he actually spent was paying Thomas Partey's release clause. And in terms of, I hear all of this sort of chatter online, and I saw Sky Sports do the whole net spend since Klopp joined the league, and he's won 2 major trophies with a net spend of 230, whatever. Net spend also takes into account outgoings. The fact that Liverpool had assets to sell, we didn't have assets to sell. All we were doing is getting people to terminate the contracts by mutual agreement or selling them for pennies. People like Aubameyang, he didn't leave with a transfer fee. Ozil didn't. Torreira didn't. Socrates didn't. David Luiz didn't. Essentially, if you look at the starting 11 that Arteta had, or even the 30-man squad, there's barely any survivors. The only survivors from his original team, El Neni, Reece Nelson, Eddie Nketiah, Smith Rowe, Bukayo Saka.
Yeah, but
For that reason, does it excuse him not winning the league yet?
He's had to rebuild a whole squad.
Yeah, but you can look at
squad.
Yeah, but
neither one of those managers had to.
Mids, you can look at Xabi Alonso's team, and you're saying he had to rebuild a squad. He came in relegation zone to title winning, and also you can look at that Bayer Leverkusen squad, and people wouldn't have put them anywhere near favourites anywhere
course
near
not.
favourites
Yeah,
with that
no,
squad.
exactly.
Now, I've got a simple question for you, yeah? And I think all three of them are great managers for different reasons and they've had different challenges.
Yeah.
But my question to you is, do you think what Arteta has done so far at Arsenal is better or greater than what Xabi Alonso has done at Bayer Leverkusen so far?
No, because Xabi Alonso has actually. I don't want to say he's created history because Arteta has as well, but it's a thing where Xabi Alonso has
Barely.
no. Look, Xabi Alonso's achievement at Leverkusen is phenomenal. It's a I don't want to say once in a lifetime thing for Bayern.
Yeah, but then this
Leverkusen,
doesn't
it's-
sound like, as we're talking, it doesn't sound like you're acknowledging that what Xabi Alonso has done in nearly 2 seasons is actually better than what Arteta's done in all this time at Arsenal.
Okay, so has Xabi Alonso? So actually, do you think what Xabi Alonso has done this season at Leverkusen is better than anything Pep Guardiola's ever done?
Why are we bringing Pep?
No. I'm just a
What,
question.
altogether?
Altogether.
Altogether,
If you're talking about
No.
one season that Xabi Alonso's done, this
It's better than what Pep's done altogether. Obviously,
No.
No, not altogether. I'm talking about like any sort of season Pep Guardiola's had.
No, not
or
better
any
than
other manager.
not better than the 100-point season in my opinion. Not better than the treble.
The treble
last
was
year.
better.
Okay, cool. I'm
But
just
when you
getting a
think
feel for
about
what
it,
you're
yeah,
saying.
when you think like I don't want it to be like an Arteta. I don't want it to be like an Arteta hate train, yeah. But then when you look at Xabi Alonso, like similar to what Raf said, or the same with what like he took that Bayern Leverkusen team where no one thought they could win the league, and he's unbeaten in all competitions. Like that's a very huge feat to do. And you're saying that Arsenal had a lot of like weeding out to do, getting rid of players, bringing in players. Yes, 100%, and he's done a great job at that because your title challenge is 2 seasons in a row, which is great, phenomenal. However, if he's taking this team, which was not seen to win the league, and he's unbeaten in all competitions and on track to do a treble, it's insane. In 2 seasons, it's insane. And I think it's better than what Arteta's done. Although I'm not saying Arteta's what he's done is not great. It's great. But in the shorter time span, what Xabi Alonso has done with Bayern Leverkusen is better than what Arteta's
I'm not
done.
disagreeing. I didn't say no. I said that is phenomenal. It's almost astronomical what he's done with Leverkusen. He's going to be a Leverkusen legend. Don't get me wrong. What I'm saying is that, yes, you can say the achievement is better, 100% it is. But what I'm saying is, in terms of overall job, I just said he hasn't had to do as much as Arteta's had to do. Yes, I understand they were in a relegation battle. But what you have to understand is, aside of Bayern Munich, Dortmund, Leipzig, and maybe Wolfsburg on their day, and Borussia Mönchengladbach.
You see,
No,
like, bro.
No, because I'm saying those are like the quality teams in the Bundesliga. Aside of that, a lot of those teams in the Bundesliga would be relegated from the Premier League.
I understand what you're saying.
Let's be real.
But bro, they make it like this is going to the Farmers League argument, and
No,
they say
it's not.
But realistically, look at the Prem Bowl. At the end of the day, it's just you lot, City or Liverpool.
And City have done it for the last 3 years.
And can I say one thing? All I'm saying is, since Arteta has joined Arsenal, the competition that he's had is far greater than the competition that Xavi or Xabi Alonso had. Because we're forgetting, this is a crazy Pep team. I think he joined after the Centurions. This is a crazy Pep team. This is the best team that Liverpool have ever had in the Premier League. This is also a resurgent Aston Villa. Not to mention Chelsea that were going not crazy, but they were doing very well at the time. A United team that were finishing in the Champions League. And it's a thing where other teams as well that were coming up could see Arsenal and be like, yeah, we're going to bully this team. Because Arsenal, not only did Arsenal lack the, I don't want to say know-how in terms of playing, but it was like, at that time you could go to Arsenal and be like, you know what, we don't even need to play well. As long as we can sort of bully them, or we can, get on Xhaka's nerves or Socrates' nerves or David Luiz's nerves, they're going to crumble. So what I'm saying is, the fact that Arteta's been able to come in, not only replace those players, but then replace the entire energy, the atmosphere, and the spirit in that team to where we are now is a far greater overall job than any of those other 2 managers had to do.
What's football become, man? We talk about cute stuff now, like
What do you
vibes
mean?
and that.
Yeah,
What do you
but
mean?
I think, Mids, you think that by me or by us saying that Xabi Alonso's done a better job, it means that we're putting Arteta down. It's not that at all to me. I think everything
I
you
know
said...
you're not.
Everything you said about Arteta...
We've all said the same thing.
Bro,
I've given him props.
Everything you're saying about
props.
Arteta, I
He
agree
just
with.
hasn't won a league title
But
yet.
I know
Yet.
we've spoken about
Yet.
Xabi Alonso and Arteta a lot, but how about Xavi though? Because I feel as though he is the only one in which, when you look at their team, literally from last season to this season, he's the only one that's shown signs of regression. Whereas
100%.
you look at the other teams and the progression. So I think even the fact that we're talking so much about Arteta with Xabi Alonso is because that's actually a debate worth having.
Yeah.
The debate is not really worth having between Xavi and the other two because I think
We all know who's better.
I think
I understand you say that, but then yet again, he beat Real Madrid to the league last year by 10 points.
and then regressed.
He regressed, but he's we understand the financial situation at Barcelona, the pressure from the board. They were basically bro, he's doing what he can in his capacity, which you're giving Arteta props for. And then once he's not achieving certain stuff, he's getting astronomical pressure from above. He wanted to leave. Now they're begging the guy to stay. He's going to end up staying. One sec. If he went on and finished what he was doing, how he was progressing in the Champions League and went through, then it's a whole different story. I know it's a lot of ifs, buts, and maybes, but he has that league title in the bank.
Yeah, he does.
Arteta doesn't.
Can I ask you a question?
Go on.
That Real Madrid team last year.
Yeah.
Would you call them a great team last year?
Real Madrid are always
They
Real
were a
Madrid.
good team.
Fair, cool.
Then-
I hear that. No, I hear it. Cool. Atletico Madrid last season. Did you watch any? No, I'm just trying to gauge. Did you watch any of Atletico Madrid last season?
Not really, no.
Cool. Aside of those two teams, were there any sort of teams that were having a, I guess, Girona level?
But
type
bro,
of
it's
performance?
still
I get what you
good.
mean.
Just
Yes,
type of
it's a 2-horse race
Cool.
in La Liga. I
then-
agree. Yes.
Okay, cool. And then add that with the fact that he's had, in terms of one of the greatest strikers we've had in modern football.
What, Lewandowski?
Lewandowski. In recent times, we can all agree he's one of the greatest strikers. Cool. Splashed out on Rafinha. They have Jules Koundé, who they also splashed out on in previous years. They have Mark ter Stegen, who's one of the best goalkeepers in football. Can we agree with that? They have Araujo. They have João Cancelo. They have Gundogan. They had...
But this is this season, though.
Okay, cool. So last season, who they had? They had Rakitic. They had Pedri. They had all these other players.
Yeah, you're talking about Pedri, Xavi. These are youths from the academy, though.
No. Pedri wasn't from the academy.
No, but you get what I mean, though. Like, these are youth players.
Okay, cool. But what I'm getting at... Okay, cool. Frankie de Jong. What I'm getting at is that Xavi in his first year, let's be very honest. Xavi in his first year, I get it. You say pipped Real Madrid to the title by 10 points, which is fantastic because it's Real Madrid. But with what he had at his disposal, you wouldn't put them far off of saying, do you know what, Barcelona can win the league this year. Yeah. That's what I'm getting at.
But no one expected him to do it, though.
Because of their financial crisis, and I get it. Like
and
you
because
said.
of who Real Madrid are. So when we're talking about like all these different free managers, I get it. Cool, we can easily say, yes, Xavi may be third. But look, Arteta, he's gone up against Pep and Man City. Xabi Alonso, he's gone up against Bayern Munich and Dortmund maybe, but obviously they've slipped this season. But they're going up. He's going.
No, but
against
wait,
them.
I don't. Go on, finish what you're saying.
And then finally, you've got Xavi, who's going up against Real Madrid. So they've got that other party that they're battling against.
Yeah.
The two other managers have won that battle. Arteta is yet to win that battle, and he needs to win it, in my opinion.
And can I say one thing about that battle? Different enemies.
Yeah,
Different
but you guys,
caliber.
Do you think your battle's the worst one?
I think it's the most challenging one. Yes.
But if you come, your battle is an Arsenal side who the expectation is to at least finish in the top four against a side who are remarkable and challenge for that first place spot every year and usually win it. Now, when you look at the German challenge, if you look at it from the perspective of when he joined, because that was only a year and a half ago, it's a team in the relegation zone against a team who always win it.
And I hear
That, to me, is the biggest challenge. It's not about how the fact that Man City are a better team than Bayern Munich and Man City are the best team in the world, but it's about the difference between the two sides.
Yeah.
The difference between Arsenal and City is much closer than the difference between Bayer Leverkusen and Bayern Munich.
Which is very true. But what you have to understand is I'm saying the magnitude in terms of the obstacles that both managers had to overcome. I'm not downplaying or watering down Xabi Alonso's achievement. I said it already. It's phenomenal. It's one of a kind. It's almost like Leicester City winning the Premier League. But the only difference
on
is
steroids. But
yeah, on steroids. The only difference is that with Bayern Leverkusen, they're not one of the worst teams in the league. Bayern Leverkusen are arguably third or fourth best team in the whole of Germany.
Yeah, but when Xabi Alonso took over, they were literally one of the worst teams in the league.
But it's similar to how Valencia were teetering around 17th place for a lot of the period last year in La Liga. It's a team that was out of place. It's not like he took over at Augsburg and now they've won the league. It's not like that.
I hear what you're saying, but isn't Arsenal eighth out of place? For what we know from our livelihood, Arsenal's a top 4 club every single season.
Yes, exactly.
So is Arsenal eighth not out of place? They are. Has Arteta won the league with them yet? Not yet. He needs to do that.
How long is it until you concede that maybe Arteta is just not that guy? Because he's been there for 5 seasons. Mm-hmm. If he doesn't win it this season, does he win it next season? Is that not time to? There's progression, and he's done a great job. But as Patrick was saying, he needs to put that league in his pocket. He needs to have that. And then when it comes to, you keep like kind of downplaying, and I'm going to wrap this up. You keep downplaying. I feel like you're downplaying the Bundesliga a lot. They've got a club in the Champions League final this season, and they've got a club in the Europa League final this season. So I don't want to down, because they're good clubs. Borussia Dortmund had to get there. Bayern Munich was in the semi-finals of the Champions League. Do you know what I mean? So don't downplay the it's a hard league to win, regardless of what anyone says. And then with Bayern Leverkusen to get that unbeaten in that league is crazy. It's a crazy feat, man.
I'll let you respond and we wrap it up.
100%. And I'm not downplaying the Bundesliga at all. All I'm saying is the competition in the Bundesliga isn't as heavy as it is in the Prem. Same with La Liga, because again, Bayern Munich are were in the semi-finals. Dortmund are in the finals. Leverkusen are in the finals as well of Europa League. I understand. And when you think about it, those are the top 3 teams in Germany. And then aside of that, there's not, like, of course, there's Leipzig, there's other teams, Wolfsburg, on their day, Mönchengladbach on their day. But again, those top 3 teams against the top 3 teams in the Prem, against the top 3 teams in the Liga, they are the worst. Not worst, they are probably the weakest. And then if you look at the teams that are subsequent in the league, it doesn't match up. Aston Villa, if they're in the Bundesliga, will probably be second, if not maybe beating Leverkusen. Let's be real.
It's a wild
shout.
But it's true. Like let's be honest, man. The Premier League is the greatest league for a reason, because there's so much competition. There's reasons why teams like Aston Villa can turn up against Arsenal. There's a reason why teams like Newcastle can turn up against other teams. The competition is a lot harder in the Premier League than is in any other league. That is a fact.
First. All right then. So just to wrap it up, I'm gonna go around and just get you guys to rank the 3 managers that we discussed. So if you start with Mike.
Xavi last, Arteta second, Xavi top.
Mids?
Xavi Barcelona last, Xabi Alonso second, Arteta first.
Right. In terms of their actual, how good they are, not just this season, Xavi Alonso, Arteta.
First. If you leave it to me, listen, it's all about trophies, man. Arteta, get to the bottom, bro. Arteta, Xavi Alonso at the top.
Thanks. Honestly. Honestly.
Anyway, guys, we're going to wrap the video up there. We really want to know what you lot think. So let us know what you think in the comments. Let us interact with us on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Let us know if you missed out any other managers that we should have discussed. We're looking at Motta, who's doing things. We're looking at, Ngazi, who's done things at different clubs. Ruben Amorim, if I'm pronouncing his name right. There's different top leagues, out there. So let us know if there's any other managers that we should discuss. And, as Raph always says...
Tell a friend.
Peace.